Lebanon's al-Hariri has quit after being unable to form a cabinet. This move takes the political process in the country back to square one. Now this comes as the country remains mired in crisis. We report about this crisis from the heart of Lebanon. May God help this country. These were Saad Hariri's famous last words as he stepped down, unable to form a government. 9 months after the politician accepted the challenge, the resignation is the result of a sectarian struggle, Lebanon's leading Sunni Muslim politician against the Maronite Christian head of state, Michel Aoun.
It is clear that we will not be able to agree with the President. During the conversation with the President, I also suggested to him if he needed more time to think about it. He said we won't be able to agree. That is why I excuse myself from the government formation. May God help the country and hopefully we talk long today.
This takes the political process back to square one. President Aoun will now have to call on the parliament, who will pick a new prime minister designate for the country. The new designate will be tasked with assembling another cabinet. This will then have to be approved by both the president and political factions. The Sunni politician blames the president for the impasse. He says Michel Aoun still wanted a blocking minority, and his party would not give the cabinet confidence. Hariri also believes he paid a price for engaging with the Hezbollah.
During the past period, be it in naming Mustafa, Adib or others, I have paid the price because I talked with Hezbollah. I believe in talking with Hezbollah. I am one of those who paid the price at the time when there was a big Sunni Shiite congestion in the country.
Hariri is the second candidate to fail at forming a government in less than 12 months. With the cabinet distributed according to religious sects, his exit makes the process even more complicated. Hariri's resignation leaves Lebanon rudderless, mired in a deepening economic and political crisis. The Lebanese dollar has plummeted to a record low, and protesters took to the streets once again.
We had big hopes that the president would sign on the government formation of 24 ministers, in which he has 8 names. The country is burning. The dollar has reached 23,000. There is no milk, no medicine, no fuel, no food, no chicken, no meat. The poor can't even afford pasta and yogurt. Where are we heading after that?
The country is descending into chaos. The army says that the situation is worsening. Lebanese have always considered their military as an anchor for stability in the West Asian nation, one of the only institutions rising above its divisions. But even the army is threatened by the crisis. There's pressure to quell the protests. Salaries of soldiers have been wiped out, and overall morale is at an all-time low.
Armies in general carry out military wars, traditional military wars, and unconventional wars. We can define the current situation in Lebanon as unusual, and therefore it is an unconventional war.
Crushed under a mountain of debt, decades of corruption and scandals, the demand for a new government, and a financial meltdown like no other. Lebanon is facing its worst crisis since the Civil War, and there seems to be no end in sight. West Asia Bureau, WION. World is one.